back to the Patriot Hour for Tuesday, April 9th, 2019. I'm Michael, your host. If you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. We appreciate it. I know your time is limited and you're busy in your day-to-day schedules, all right? We get it. Got some interesting article we're going to go over here this morning. If you're new, again, make sure you're subscribed. Please like the video after you watch it and maybe share it. Helps beat the algorithms. We are heavily shadow banned, which means we don't get promoted in the typical way that most other YouTubers will get their videos promoted and recommended. That doesn't happen for us. All right, all the links will be down below. We appreciate the donations we got yesterday and the day before. Again, we are currently kind of building the new studio, so the P.O Box is below if you guys want to send some swag. We've gotten great things like the sign behind me, the Patriot Hour, the scarf back here. I got multiple other things that will be somehow put into the new studio. So if you want to get something that might be possibly hung on the wall or sitting around, go ahead and send that. And we appreciate it. All right, let's get into this article here. This comes from the DC Dirty Laundry. And this is crazy, folks. A drug-resistant super fungus kills nearly half the people it infects, and it's spreading across America. Make this a little bigger here. Okay, the medical community knew that a day of reckoning was coming. For years, they were repeatedly warning that the rampant overuse of certain types of medications would result in the development of a super disease that would not be able to stop. And now that day has arrived. Just like many types of bacteria, fungi has been developing defenses against our most effective modern medicines. One in particular, a fungus known as Candida aureus, is now a massive public health threat. An expert quoted by the New York Times has admitted that it's pretty much unbeatable. It spreads very easily and kills close to 50% of the people that it infects. In other words, we are in the early chapters of a medical horror show of our own making, and there's no way out. Candida aureus, or C. aureus for short, spreads most easily among those weakened immune systems. Infants, seniors, smokers, and diabetics are among the most vulnerable. About a year ago, a senior was admitted to the hospital in Brooklyn, and what doctors discovered after running a blood test was absolutely stunned them. Last May, an elderly man was admitted to a Brooklyn branch of Mount Sinai Hospital for abdominal surgery. A blood test revealed that he was infected with a newly discovered germ as deadly as it was mysterious. Doctors swiftly isolated him in an intensive care unit. The germ, a fungus called Candida aureus, preys on people with weakened immune systems, and it quietly is spreading across the globe. Like so many others that got infected, the elderly man died, but before he did, C. aureus had literally spread to every surface in his entire room. So the man at Mount Sinai died 90 days in the hospital, but C. aureus did not. Tests showed it was everywhere in the room, so invasive that the hospital needed special cleaning equipment and had to rip out some of the ceiling and floor tiles to eradicate it. Everything was positive. The walls, the bed, the doors, the curtains, the phones, the sink, the whiteboard, the poles, the pump, said Dr. Scott Lauren, the hospital's president. The mattress, the bed rails, the canister holes, the window shades, the ceiling, everything in the room tested positive. But unlike other major potential health threats, C. aureus is not confined to a particular geographic region. According to top official from the CDC, the fungus has quickly spread all over the globe, and now it's everywhere. The following comes from Zero Hedge. It is a creature from the Black Lagoon, said the CDC's Dr. Tom Chiller, who heads the fungal branch. It bubbled up, and now it's everywhere. In the last 5 years alone, it has swept through a hospital in Spain, hit a national unit in Venezuela, spread throughout India, Pakistan, and South Africa, and forced a prestigious British medical center to close its ICU for nearly 2 weeks. We do not certainly have any way to defeat C. aureus. Perhaps someday we will, but for now, it'll always be with us. We just need to hope that the number of people that it kills is minimized. So it's pretty crazy fungus here, folks. And they've known about it, I guess, for the last 5 years or 6 years. They just hadn't talked about it. They were just trying to do what they could to possibly, stop it in areas where it kind of popped up. But worldwide, the CDC's been following it. It is often multi-drug resistant, meaning that the resistance to multiple antifungal drugs commonly used to treat candida infections. It is difficult to identify with standard laboratory methods, and it can be misidentified in labs without specific technology. Misidentification may lead to inappropriate management. It has caused outbreaks in healthcare settings. For this reason, it is important to quickly identify C. aureus in a hospital patient so that the healthcare facilities can take special precautions to stop its spread. If you become infected, there's a really good chance that you're going to die. Among one group of clinical case patients in New York, 45% of them died within 90 days. The Center for Disease Control said it identified 51 clinical cases, patients, and 61 screening cases, patients in New York alone. The CDC reported 45% of the clinical cases, patients died within 90 days. But until this latest New York Times report, the general public has not been allowed to hear much about C. aureus, and that was by design. Apparently, the authorities felt that there is no point in scaring patients. This hushed panic is playing out in hospitals around the world. Individual institutions and national, state, and local governments have been reluctant to publicize outbreaks of resistant infections, arguing there is no point in scaring people, not patients, but people. How about that? Or prospective ones. There you go. No point in scaring the patients or the prospective patients. Dr. Silke Schlienes, Royal Brompton's infectious disease specialist, found the lack of urgency from the government and hospital in the early stages of the outbreak very, very frustrating. So we have been left today in the total dark about super fungus that could potentially kill millions of us. This is yet another example that shows we're not going to be able to rely on the authorities when things really hit the fan. If it suits their purpose, they will keep things even quiet when people are dropping dead all around us. And there just isn't one version of C. aureus that the medical community is contended with. Apparently there are 4 distinct versions, and they are all incredibly deadly. Unfortunately, there's no easy way to know if you've been infected. The main symptoms are fever, aches, and fatigue, and those symptoms are common to a whole host of other different illnesses. Of course, those that do not know they have been affected also don't know they are spreading it. The experts assure that C. aureus spreads very easily, and in heavily congested cities, there's potential for it to start spreading like wildfire. The stage is set for public health crisis unlike anything we have ever seen before, and unlike other diseases, the medical community has no way to stop it. So there you go, folks. This is kind of crazy. C. aureus. Spreading super fungus. All of our medicines for years people abused or just got them, every time they felt a little mildly sick. Now you're immune. This thing is immune. It's unbelievable. Keep our eye on it. I just want to bring this to you guys. Nothing to scare you, but you need to know these things. If it's truly happening and it's out there, then you just need to at least be aware. You can't ignore everything, so we have to bring this kind of stuff, unfortunately. But that way you're aware, and that makes you, that much more ahead of the game, okay? So, all right, I'm going to shut this one down. We'll leave this one separate, and I'm going to come back here soon with another couple of articles I was looking at and digging into. Again, I'm Mike. This is a Patriot Hour. God bless, Godspeed each and every one of you worldwide. Have a great morning into your afternoon, and we'll see you back here real soon on the next Patriot Hour update video.